And we're live. Back with another outstanding episode of the Square Table Degenerates podcast. We're waiting a couple more minutes on the guests. We get the introductions out the way of the normal studio crew, and everybody's here with us today. To my right is Don. Say hi, Don.
What's up, everybody?
Say hi, Mail. And to his right is Pat. And welcome together today. Our spinners are on. Welcome today, our special guest. Yukmouth from the Luniz. How are you today, sir?
Yo, what's up with you?
We are just sitting here. We're getting a little smoke action going on.
As you should.
You know how it goes, man. Just a Friday night and the cold. Well, it's not really cold, but it's rainy as hell right now in Ohio. So we're just loving it. But so bear with me here. So we're joined today, like I just said, by Mr. Yukmouth. What do you go by? What should I call you?
Yeah, Yuck.
Yuck. All right, we're joined today by Mr. Yuck from Luniz. Now, I went on. Let me ask you, how are you today? I'm a little baked myself, so bear with me as we keep rolling on. But how are you doing today, my man?
Oh man, I'm good, man. Sorry about being late. Had to check on my dog, man. He got hit by a fucking car a few days ago, so he's damn near death. So we got him in the best doggy hospital, and they bringing him back. So the more we visit him, the more, vital, the more better he gets. So I had to give him that visit today to cheer him up and, bring him back,
How, what kind of pup is it?
A deer chihuahua.
Okay.
Yeah,
how
ain't no vicious pit bulls. It's a house dog.
Okay, just a little pup. How old is he?
About 5 years old.
Okay.
5 on it.
Right. Well, hopefully the pup gets better soon. Let's send out wishes for the pup.
Oh yeah.
Now, man. So you're the older one of the group, right?
The oldest one? Nuh-uh. Me and the same age. He's actually older by a few months. He's in his birthday at the end of January. Mine's in October, so he's older by a few months.
Okay, I thought the wiki article said like you're born in 74. So are you 76, baby?
Nah, we both born in 74. He born in January. I was born in October. So
so the article on him's wrong then. Okay.
He's a few months earlier than me.
I got you. So you were class of 92 or 93?
Class of 92.
92. Okay, I was class of 95, right? 95. Yeah. Where did you grow up?
East Oakland, California. That's the Bay Area. East Oakland, man. I grew up in these projects called the 6-5 Village. It's partnered up with another projects like right across the street called the 6-9 Village. And that's like 2 neighborhoods all in one. So I grew up there, struggling, but I had both sides of life. I had a struggle side and a good side because my mom, she was struggling in the projects, but my dad on the other side, he was doing his thing, hustling and, working, and I was able to, go stay with him on the weekends and then eventually start living with him. So I had both sides of life, not just, just being raised in the projects on welfare and brick cheese and government cheese and food stamps and, free lunch and all that. I had also went to the 3rd grade in Sausalito, and I had a computer at my desk. In the 3rd grade, we all had computers at our desk in the 80s. So I also had that side of life too. So, I'm balanced. I'm a Libra. That's my sign. So I think I lived a balanced life, both sides.
Okay. We got a random question here. Who is your favorite NBA player? And he says, I bet it's Dame Lillard.
No, hell no. Michael Jordan. MJ.
Michael Jordan. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here.
He said, oh, hell no.
How many brothers and sisters did you have growing up?
I got 2 sisters, 3 sisters, actually, 3 sisters. So I'm the only boy. Mama's only son. So I got 3 sisters. So, but yeah, back to Dame Lillard, that's the town's hero. That's Oakland's, that's our hero right there. We love Dame Dollar, but I'm talking about my favorite, greatest of all time is Michael Jordan, period. You said the best player that ever, right? So it's Michael Jordan.
Well, it says who is the question was who is his favorite NBA player? So
it got to be the best one ever. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, if you have a favorite, might as well be the best. I mean, that's a back and forth debate we could do for ages. I mean, here in Cleveland, and we're kind of emotionally involved in it, so it's kind of hard to make a bipartite decision on who it is. But
with the LeBron thing, yeah.
He brought us a title. I mean, yeah, it's like he did bring us a title, but it's like he did leave us in salary cap hell twice, so it's like Kyrie also brought us a title too. He brought us a title.
Bron is Bron, Kobe is Kobe, and Jordan is Jordan. All three of them dudes are different dudes. They play. I mean, Kobe is like a Jordan 2.0, but all them dudes play. Kobe he played different than Jordan. You know what I mean? So all them got their own accolades, and all them are GOATs in their own category. But the Don Dada, you know what I mean? The fucking if you was doing a karate movie and you got to go up stage by stage and you meet the master, you got to beat the master. Jordan would be the master at the end of the stage. You have to go against LeBron and Kobe to get to Jordan, basically.
Right. So if you're playing Mortal Kombat, Jordan would be like M. Bison and LeBron would be like Goro or something like that, right?
M. Bison is a Street Fighter character.
There's a Street Fighter. Is that the wrong game? What game was I talking about?
You really may need like Weed Anonymous or something, dude.
Man, just because you can't afford good weed, bro, don't come hell on me.
It's
all right. Now, where'd you go to high school?
Yeah, me and Num went to junior high school at this school called Westlake Junior High. That's where we met and started rapping together. Num had a group called Brothers with Potential. He already had the rap group. He was the rapper of the school along with a few others. And I was a cartoonist. I used to draw a lot of pictures and cartoons and shit. So I drew their logo. And just me being a cool dude, swagged out, street hustler, with money, they fucked with me and put me in a group. So I was I wasn't even no hell of a rapper back then. I was like the lowest dude on the totem pole, but Num always was the top rapper. So, we started in junior high. And then as we went to high school, people separated, start moving and shit. So I started going in and out of jail, doing my 1-2 in the streets. And my last thing in jail was a year. And then when I did that year, I had a lot of time to think. And that's when I came up with the whole idea of the Looney Tunes. Before it was the Loonies, we would call it the Looney Tunes. So I came up with the name, came up with the logo because I could draw, came up with my name and came up with Num's name and started writing songs. And the first song I wrote in Juvenile when I was doing that year in Los Angeles camp was the Ice Cream Man. And that song would be the song that gave me a Numb sign, to C-No Records, which ended up getting signed to Virgin Records. And that's how we ended up putting out 5 on versions. So, yeah, man, to see something that you made in Juvenile Hall become come out fruition is a blessing,
Okay, so about how old? So you were like 15. When did you first start like knowing you were going to be able to successfully rap? Like what age were you in there?
When I went to jail. To jail, I was 17.
Okay.
17 in jail. I was rapping this whole time though, but when I really focused was when I was 17. That's when I came up with all the songs and the Luniz and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. So before the Luniz itself, what projects were you involved with again?
Oh, we weren't doing no projects. We was in the streets. You know what I mean? So we weren't no super duper rappers and shit. When I got out of jail, you know what I mean? I was making my way in the streets of battle rapping. So we was battle rapping motherfuckers. Oakland or the Bay Area had the spot called Berkeley, California, where Cal State Berkeley is at. So like downtown Berkeley, like where all the hip hop artists used to get go down there and freestyle against each other. You know what I mean? Hieroglyphics, everybody. You don't know who you see there. Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. This when they had deals. We didn't have no deals. So we going down there trying to see if we could battle one of them. You know what I mean? Hopefully we run into one of them. They see we dope and we get a deal. So we came from battling in hallways and on the street corners and stuff trying to get heard. You know what I mean? Too. You know what I mean? Actually turning a drug deal into a record deal. We turned the negative into a positive. We was at a trap trying to purchase some work. And the dude that ended up signing us was at the trap with the dude that was selling us the work. And we noticed that the dude that signed us, he ain't with Too Short. He wanted Too Short homies. He be in all the videos. So we asked him, like, forget this work, man. We rap. And he was like, oh, for real? He's like, don't you know Too Short? And he was like, yeah, I know Short Man. Bust something. I bust the Ice Cream Man, the song I wrote in Juvenile. He loved it and said, come to Too Short studio the next day. You know what I mean? And after that, we were signed to C-No Records, which is a Too Short homeboy. You know what I mean? Who had Drew Down at the time. Drew Down was recording his album, produced by Ant Banks. The whole album, Pimp of the Year, produced by Ant Banks. It's all done at Dangerous Studios, Too Short Studios. So we up there knocking down the album, and we do the Ice Cream Man and put it on Drew Down album, and that blew us up in the streets as far as our first song.
Now, I'm actually going to ask you about Too Short in a minute here. What Del the Funky Hobo Sapien? There's a name I haven't heard in years. There's a song called I think it's called If You Must, and it's on the Tony Hawk 2 soundtrack, and it's so ridiculous. It's a really good song if you're going to check it out.
Okay. Definitely.
All right, let's see. So in your early days, did you ever get a chance to work with Too Short at all, or Tupac even?
Yeah, we worked with Too Short, definitely. Definitely. We did we was beefing because our executive producer was beefing with Too Short folks. So we the rappers in between the funk. So we started dissing each other. And then we came and did a Squash the Beef song, you know what I mean, called Funkin' Over Nothing. So yeah, we did that song and squashed our beef, and ever since then we've been cool with Too Short. So yep. And as far as Tupac, we never got yeah, we did. Drew Down did the intro to That's Why They Call You Bitch on the All Eyes on Me. Numbskull got on One Nation. You know, whenever they put them songs out, Numb was able to get a verse on One Nation. I was locked up in LA County, so I didn't get on the album. But Numb and Drew Down definitely did songs with Pac.
Okay. How did you guys ultimately decide to, what was it? Did you two meet when you were in juvenile lockup, or how did you and Numb meet to decide to form a group together?
Me and Numb met in junior high school, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we met junior high school. Too much weed, my nigga.
It happens, man. It happens. My buddy over there in the audience is making fun of me. He's laughing. I
told you the whole story how we met in junior high, and then after, you know, high school, we got back together and formed the Luniz.
All right, it was first. The first album was called formerly known as the Looney Tunes, right?
That was a mixtape. Yeah, that was a mixtape that we was handing out at all the little hip hop events and stuff, like Jack the Rapper. You know, you used to have these hip hop conferences and like talent show conferences that premiere new rappers and stuff. So that was for the handout. That wasn't the official album.
Okay, I got you. We got a question here from the audience. What's your favorite Too Short song?
Oh man, shit.
There's
so many.
I'm a player.
So many, but I gotta go Dolphin B.
All right,
bitches. Yeah, Dolphin B.
All right. I looked up that EP. The only song I could find on YouTube was there was a song called "Stupid," and it was basically about all the dumb things people do, and it kind of made me laugh. Now, did you guys intend to put humor in the lyrics, or was that just kind of something that happened naturally?
Nah, we wanted to switch the gangster shit up and put some comedy on it because we had some little, you know, joke around. You know, we like to clown around. You know what I mean? Basically, like it come from singing. You know what I mean? Which is capping, or you know what I mean? What it called? What them shit's called? We just mama jokes, shit like that. So we came up in junior high school to high school doing that type of shit all the time. So we was natural, like jokesters, period. So we started putting it in our music. You know what I mean? Just to switch it up, just from the super duper hardcore gangster rap, just to have a little, you know what I mean, sense of humor to the shit, and it worked. You know what I mean?
Now, one of the lyrics in this song mentions Machine Gun Kelly. Obviously, MGK was only 4 when this song came out. But do you think subconsciously he was listening to some old Luniz and was like, oh wow, I'm gonna name myself Machine Gun Kelly because of that song? You think there's any coincidence there?
Yeah, the real Machine Gun Kelly. You gotta know where he got his name from. You know, right?
Oh yeah, because his fast rapping style and Machine Gun.
No, I'm talking about the real Machine
Gun.
No,
he's talking about the Depression era gangster.
Machine Gun. I know real Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah.
He was asking me where he got his name from.
Oh yeah, I know both. I know how both the Machine Gun Kelly's got the name. Yes.
There you go, bro. Got it.
I seriously doubt you do, bro.
I'm gonna
explain it, bro.
I'm gonna headbutt you, bro.
He wants you to explain it. I want you to explain it. Explain it.
Machine Gun Kelly has a fast rapping style.
Not the rapper.
So there's this gangster in the 20s.
I apologize,
Machine Gun Kelly, and he had a machine gun. He was known for blowing people away. It's with fucking Thompson's machine.
The name Machine Gun Kelly came from his wife because his wife wanted him to be considered gangster, even though he really wasn't doing shit as far as robbing or stealing. That's where the name came from.
This is
History
ridiculous.
lesson.
I'm sorry, bro. Look, he really is like this all the time.
We're a very
Yeah,
dysfunctional.
but that's what Nun was talking about when he said Machine Gun Kelly, the old school, the one who used to carry the Tommy gun.
I know that. I'm saying, do you think the rapper got his?
Move on, Joe. Just
on.
forget about the rapper.
Oh my
He's
god.
not really all that good to begin with, bro.
What do you think about Machine Gun Kelly? Do you think he's an okay rapper? He's from Cleveland. I like him out here.
He's straight. I like when him and Eminem was going at it. That this was nice.
That was a fun 2 weeks there back in 2018. I remember it.
2 weeks, man. That this was nice though. He came. He came for it. You know what I mean? You gotta tilt your hat when. Yeah, he came. He gassed that motherfucker. I ain't heard him like that. You know what I mean? I heard him do everything but that. And that gave me a new respect for Machine Gun Kelly. So he all right with me. I ain't got no problem with Machine Gun Kelly.
All right, we got a question here from the audience. It says, when are you going to get on Kwame Brown Bus Life? It says us Kwame fans want to see it.
Man, ask Kwame, man. He shouted me out, the other day when doing all that I signed Campbell drama. And he shouted me out. So yeah, it's on him to give me the invite or one of them links. I can chop it up with him.
If you've never seen Kwame Brown Bus Life, it's a hilarious show. He was drafted by the Wizards back in 2002, I think it was. And
yeah. I told you he just shouted me out on his show. So yeah.
I'm telling the audience that he's a great show if you ever get a chance. When you're not watching my show, check out Kwame Brown. He's so awesome, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, let's see. Have you ever met DJ Quick? We got a question there.
Yeah, definitely, man. DJ Quick, we did concerts and shit. He did a song for the Luniz album. We done recorded with him and everything, man. DJ Quick, the OG, man. I think we got a show coming up with him. A couple shows coming up with him. So yeah, man, that's the OG, man. Shout out to Big DJ Quick.
Okay, nice. We
One
got
of the dopest producers on the West Coast, man. They don't be giving DJ Quick his roses, man. That boy dope as fuck on the beats, period. And he can rap.
All right, we got just tell him from the Canada fan in the house that he's hot as F. Thanks. Okay. So we got some fans thinking that you're looking good. All right. Lep says, what about E40? Well, I know for a fact you rap with E40 because we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Come on, man. 500 remix.
Remix, yeah. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Yeah, that started our relationship with 40, though. You know what I mean? Our real relationship when we did the remix. And 40 just put us up under his wing after that, man. And he put us on this album, which I got a gold plaque right here, the Hall of Game. Put us on that thing, you know what I mean? I think it was called Circumstances or something. But yeah, that motherfucker was nice. We got a gold plaque from that. And we've been rocking with 40 ever since, man. Been doing songs on my album. I've been doing stuff for him, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a big homie, man. 40, always gonna have love for 40, man. That's the dude that had love when we was nothing, you know what I mean? And still got love for us. So big up to Big 40 Water,
All right, we got a question. Opinion on Harry Mack. Have you ever heard of Harry Mack?
Nah, I haven't heard of Harry Mack. Refresh me. Have you guys heard of Harry Mack?
I just got introduced to him this week. Supposedly there's this app called it's like chat roulette, but I don't know the name of Weedle but he asks people for 3 random words and they'll make a freestyle rap out of it, and then just rap right there on the thing. He's supposed to be
okay. I ain't heard of him yet.
Yeah, he's pretty slick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kwame Brown, the STD podcast. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I sent him a message on Cameo. He ignored it. All right, so we got to talk about this 5 on it, obviously.
Yes,
so let's start with this amazing intro hook you got from the "Why You Treat Me So Bad" act. How did you decide to come up on this? How'd you pick just isolating that epicness? That set of notes to begin the song is just so amazing. It sets the whole tone. How'd you pick that song specifically?
It wasn't the type of shit where the producer had the beat playing and we picked the beat. It wasn't that. We came with the album. We went and got the record and told the producer to remake that song. So, like Puffy, it's an era with Puffy doing all the remix and shit and bringing all the old school shit back. The West Coast doing a lot of remix. Our fucking label mate, True Down, just made a hell of a remix of an old school song with the Pimp of the Year thing. So we gotta hit them. So we already had the concept. We already wrote the verses and everything. And we already knew the name of the song and had the hook. But we just had a beat. So it was like, yo, man, everybody used the Rumors from Club Nouveau, but nobody used Why You Treat Me So Bad. And like, yeah, man, nobody used. That's the dopest shit on there. So we went and grabbed the album and we took it to Tone Capone. and told him to flip it, and you could hear like you could play the original. When you hear Tone, he played that shit over and flipped the shit out of it, the drums, everything, and made it a better beat than the original. And we get on there and rap and shit, and I do the hook, and he like, okay, the hook is dope as hell, but I think we need a singer on it. So we leave the studio and shit. We come back, he got a singer on there, and it's Mike Marshall from Timex Social Club, who was affiliated with Club Nouveau. So like how that lined up, how Tone ended up knowing this guy, and he's a part of the people that we doing the sample from, and he sings my words on the hook. It was epic, man. It's like all the planets lined up at one time, just for the making of the song. And then we did this in 1993, right after we did Ice Cream Man. So we held on to the song for 2 years and then put it out till 95. So when we put it out, it still felt brand new because nobody ever heard it. You know, as soon as we recorded it, we put it in a vault. We didn't play it in the car all day and let people hear it. We put that motherfucker was done in the studio, and we put that shit away. Period. We knew we had one. So when we got to deal with Virgin, you know, we already had our fucking single 5 on it. We played that. They was like, oh, they got it. We don't put the money behind this. You know, let them finish up the album, put the album out. You know, so we put the single out. The single go fucking platinum in 1 month. So we do the remix, and that's when we get E40 in them on it. E40, Spice One, Humpy Hump from Bizzle Underground, Drew Down, Richie Rich, you know, and us. You know what I mean? And yeah, and Shock G, definitely. So yeah, we did our thing and recorded it all together in the studio. It wasn't no where you could send verses and shit like you do right now on the computer. You had to record on the reel to reel. You know, you had to be at the studio. So we all at the studio the same night, knocking the remix out. You know, we killed that motherfucker, put that out. That motherfucker go platinum instantly. We do the video, 5 on it go 3 times platinum within 2 months, literally. And the album go gold, you know. So that's how that shit went. But then, and when that shit happened, we was on by the time 5 on it dropped in June. By the time July came, we was on tour with Biggie Smalls and Mary J. Blige, Naughty by Nature, Junior Mafia, Little Kim, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Naughty, we was on tour. We went on the biggest tour that we ever had in our fucking life after that. So yeah, everything lined up. Literally, I got 5 on it.
Oh yeah. Now I gotta ask about the first house in the video, like the first 5 seconds. They show a house that's obviously not the house that you guys are partying at.
Right.
Is that your house? Whose house was that? Do you remember?
No, that's when we used to rent houses and shit. That wasn't our crib, but it wanted to show us like being dusty to being rich. You know what I mean? Us dreaming like, but we're broke. At the end of the video, it'll go back to us being broke at that house again. You know what I mean? So, but we had a dream that we got rich and we had this big mansion and we was doing it big. So that was the plot of the video, you know. So that's why I had us in that old ass house, you know, looking bummy and dusty. And then you go to the mansion and we all looking crispy and, you know what I mean, dope. So that was it, just a dream, a daydream, and we woke back up, bro.
So something like that, you have to, back then it was probably in a newspaper or some shit, but did you actually have to, you know, hey, here's $500, you want to rent your house for this video, or did you know somebody, or how did you get access to that big house with the pool and the swimming pool and all that?
No, that's, you get a video producer, and they have a production team, so they get the location and all this shit, and they do the treatment, you know what I mean? It's like shooting a movie. You got trailers and shit in the street, you got, you know what I mean, catering and shit. You got makeup. You got fucking wardrobe. So it's like shooting a movie. It's a mini set, literally. Lights and shit everywhere. And you shooting all motherfucking day. And you're going from location to location. You know what I mean? Period. So, yeah, they set all that shit up, you know?
Nice. Now, I never realized until I was going through the lyrics early, you spelled out St. Ides. Now, I got a quick St. Ides story, and people in the studio have heard this before. Some of the audience might have heard this. But you got a flashback. The year is 1998, September 8th, 1998, 98. I remember it like it was yesterday. Okay. Mark McGwire had 61 home runs that night. He was going for 62, all right? So he was going to set his all-time record for home runs, 62 records. And he did it. And I was in my peak of my drinking back then. And I said, I'm going to set an all-time record for drinking. I'm going to have 5 40s at St. Ides. And sure enough, I did that shit. And I ended up, man, long story short, I ended up blowing like a .284, got a DUI, man. It was ridiculous.
God damn, off the St. Ides?
Yeah. Dude, I had you think of 40, so that's 200 ounces. I did the math earlier. That's 17 12-ounce beers, and St. Ides is an 8.3% ABV. Man, I'm surprised that wasn't dead.
Yeah, it's more liquor, so it hit different than a Heineken.
It did, and they didn't have it back then. They didn't put the ABV on the beer. I didn't know what I was like. I was 21 years old. I didn't know what I was. I mean, I knew what I was drinking, but I didn't know the ABV. They didn't put it on the beer back then, or the malt liquor. So back then it was like that's. I mean, I can't even comprehend drinking that much now. I mean, I don't even drink anymore. But all right, that was a little sidebar story I have for us. But now the lyric "Fools all kick in like Shinobi." Now, do you remember the game Shinobi at all?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, from it was the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, it was just like Sega. It was like Double Dragon. You're like a ninja, just like that. Now, what was the fighting games of that day? Do you like the fighting games from the early '90s? Do you remember? Were you a big video game guy when you guys were out there, or what?
Oh, definitely, man. We all were. Definitely. Nintendo, all that shit. Sega Genesis, everything.
What was your favorite character from Mortal Kombat?
Oh, man. Liu Kang. Always. I like how he shoot the fire.
What about Street Fighter?
Street Fighter, gotta be Honda. The one with Honda. Yeah, Honda.
Because they would just stand one side of the screen and just fly, headbutt, and just come back. I love it, bro.
Honda got hands.
Now, during the video, when people are like shooting dice and playing pool, was that like a continuous thing, or did they just go action and so you guys start playing pool again, or how does that kind of work?
Nah, they were just filming while we was playing pool and shooting dice for real. People was losing money and shit on the dice table and the pool table.
Nice.
Of course, they just say act like you playing, but shit, the ball was in the building. People was putting down money, betting. Yeah, it became real competitive.
So where do you get the girls and the people for a video like that?
Usually they call the models or whatnot, but we had real singers and stuff in our video, like that. Them girls that was on the what was they called, man? They was a hot singer group at that time, and they was dancing on a little waterfall. But who was it? It was somebody. It was a dope ass group though, and they was blowing up. They was blowing up hard, and they was on Virgin. So Virgin, we label mates. They had them dancing in our video. It was other than that, we just had homegirls that we knew. You know what I mean? Period. You know what I mean? That was like the only people that really came. Yeah, we had just homegirls we knew, invited them, and yeah, it was lit.
Now you say you sat on that song for 2 years. Did you do the video in '93? Or did you do the video in '95 right before the song dropped?
Nah, we did the video in '95. Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't do the video in '93.
All right. Now, how many times have you seen Delirious with Eddie Murphy?
Well, a million times. I just watched it. About 2 weeks ago. Netflix. Not Netflix. What was it? Amazon Prime. One of those.
If that's on Amazon Prime, I'll have to watch that again. I'll have to keep smoking and watch that.
I'll be watching that.
Now, I'm assuming you've seen Raw too as well. Out of those two specials, what's your favorite, Delirious or Raw?
You say both, but I like Delirious.
I would say that. What out of your guys' favorite? What do you think, Delirious or Raw?
Delirious.
Which is the
Raw.
Which is the one where he talks about the poop splashing up the back of the butt? Is that Raw? That one was fucking funny, man. He was like, I like poop too.
They both was hella dope.
They both is dope though. It's kind of hard to pick.
That's why I said both.
It's hard to pick one.
All right, now the lyric, let's go half on a sec. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, how glad are you that weed is in jars and not in plastic baggies anymore?
What'd you say? How glad I am?
Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how glad are you that weed is in jars now and not plastic bags?
Really, they still in plastic bags, but it ain't little sacks, little dime sacks and 20 sacks. They still got the little 8 bags, the half-ounce bags, the ounce bags. They got the pound bags, you know what I mean? And what I heard is that the glass is actually bad for the weed because the sun hits the glass, you know what I mean? And the sun makes the weed dry. So if it's covered in darkness, it keeps it more fresh. You know, that shit in the glass gonna turn into dust just sitting out in that sun. So
well, in Ohio they keep it like a drawer, so like they pull it out, so it isn't a thing.
Well, we also live in Ohio.
Yeah,
we see the sun like 2 times a year.
Yeah, that's a good point too. So in Ohio it's dark and
it's raining.
Oh.
So y'all good.
Right, it's constantly. I think it's raining right now, actually.
Yeah, it is pretty
Yeah,
good.
but
Yeah,
out
the
here
water
in
after
Cali,
that,
man,
fucking
yeah,
rain.
people put their shit in the bags. They don't do them jars because them bags, them jars dry them out.
All right, now this begs the question: when you write, if you get high off me for free, now this is obviously back then, but now, how are you with weed? Like, I'm of the philosophy, like, if you're here at the house, I'm going to get you high as you possibly can. I don't want to, like, not send anybody off real high. So, like, when you're sitting there and people are coming over, you're just like, hey, let's smoke, or are you just like, okay, we got to split this? I mean, has it changed since, like, back in the 90s?
Big time change. Back in the 90s, we were little when we made that shit. We was teenagers, so that's when motherfuckers in high school pitching in their allowance and shit to get a 20 sack. And that's when you come buy eighths and half ounces and ounces. They had sacks. You want to spend $100, they're going to give you 10 sacks. You want to spend $200, they're going to give you 20 fucking 10 sacks. You ain't going to get no half ounce. So we couldn't buy scale weed back then. It was all sacked up. You could buy 50 sack at the most. And they give you 250 sacks for 100, period. So you had to pitch in on them sacks. So by the time we made 5 on it and everybody just started throwing this weed everywhere, I was handing that shit out, period. Like, and yeah, we're just giving that shit out. Like, even now, like, that is COVID. I don't smoke blunts with people. I give them their own weed. Like, you roll your own shit. I don't even pass it right now. I give people weed. Like, roll up. So that's my whole shit. I hand out weed right now, period. It's COVID. I can't be smoking no bongs, no pipes, no blunts, none of that shit behind nobody. Here, roll your own,
I think we're the opposite here. I think we've all smoked the same blunt. I think it's just one. We've had one blunt going for like a year and a half now, and I think we're almost done with it. But we definitely didn't take protocols when we smoked. Oh well. Now my favorite lyric on this song is where they go, or where you guys go. I got to take a whiz test for my PO. I know I failed because I just done smoke major weed, bro. Now, were either of you guys on probation when this came out?
Numbskull was. So he's talking about what he was doing.
Now, this just got me back on a rabbit hole of thinking back to the 90s and passing drug tests. Do you remember Golden Seals?
Yeah, definitely. Golden Seals like a motherfucker. That's definitely what he had to take.
You remember Golden Seals?
Like a motherfucker. And hella cranberry juice.
I was just going to ask, what other methods did you guys use back then? I remember the Golden Seals. I remember the cranberry juice. What other did you have?
Some niggas was drinking vinegar. I'm like, ooh, you a cold motherfucker.
Yeah, vinegar, apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar, yeah. You a cold motherfucker.
I couldn't do it.
Man, thank God I ain't never had to do no shit like that. Jeez. All my bad cases was when I was a juvenile. When I got old, my worst case was DUIs and shit. Nothing crazy.
Now, how many drug tests have you had to take in your life?
I had to take no drug tests.
Oh, nice.
I've been self-employed since a teenager. We got signed when I was 18, 19.
Now, when you guys talk about in the song, you talk about Tanqueray, VSOP, which is like some real expensive exotic stuff that I never heard of. I had to look it up, and St. Ides, obviously. I quit drinking. Now, do you guys still drink? Do you personally still drink?
He was just holding up a beer.
Man, I'm trying to look at the questions. I can't watch the guest and look at the questions and watch the chat. And,
again, I apologize. You see what I had to deal with here, man.
This guy.
That's some good weed, man. Let me smoke what he's smoking.
We got. What's this band called?
OG Deluxe #1.
Deluxe OG #1 from the House of Dank in
oh yeah, I got you loaded.
Michigan. Oh yeah. Well, I've been smoking all day. I mean, you know how it is. You get up in the morning, you start smoking, and then you just keep going all day.
Right. That's me, man. That's me.
Well, yeah, we got.
Yeah, did you see the difference though? This dude has not coughed once.
Well, he has.
You blew out both your lungs, bro.
Well, yeah, I'm also.
That's because I wrote this shit.
That's true. He puts like 2 grams in a fucking blunt. What do you want me to do? I know what. Man, you made me forget what I was going to ask this guy. All right, what's your main drink these days? What do you mainly drink?
Don Julio Blanco.
Nice. Now, when was the last time you had Tanqueray?
hella long. Since like the 90s.
It might have been for me too. When was the last time you guys had Tanqueray? Have you ever had Tanqueray?
I've never had
Tanqueray
Tanqueray.
is
No.
always good. I can't. I've had it, but it was shit.
Tanqueray and cranberry juice is what I used to do. It was only like, I think I bought a bottle like twice because I mean, obviously because these songs came out with some
The
Tanqueray.
last time I had some Tanqueray was when I was in nursing school, and that was in like 2010.
Dude, just because you hear it in a rap song don't mean you should try it.
I thought it was good. Everybody was talking about it, bro. We don't want to tell you.
No, in the 90s, that was it. When we was on a gin and juice, you had the Tanqueray because that's kind of expensive gin. You know, you weren't drinking the bullshit gin. You want some nice, expensive gin, so people would get the Tanqueray to mix with their gin and juice. So, yeah, in the 90s, that was huge. Gin and juice was hella huge before tequila and juice. I mean, before vodka and juice, I mean. You know, vodka and juice is the move right now, but it used to be gin and juice.
Now, we got questions. Says, what do you roll with? White Owls? What kind of cones? What do you got?
Oh, man, you know how we do it, man. We roll the motherfucking Royal Blunt Hemperellos, you know what I mean? These hemp wrap papers, you know what I mean? Hemp wrap leaves, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we do the Royal Blunt Hemperellos, you know what I mean? All natural, baby. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, in the song when they talk about blazing in the Cutlass, what kind of car did you drive back then? Was it Cutlass or what were you guys rolling?
I had the Cutlass.
Hell yeah. Now, did you smoke? Did you actually guys smoke in the car back then too? Or is it when in the house smoking? Where did you do all your smoking?
Yeah, we used to hotbox the car, roll the windows up, and just burn the fuck down. And then after the blunt gone, get out the car. But shit, no heat on, no air conditioner, no none of that shit. Just hotbox and let that shit just fog up the windows. So yeah, I had a Cutlass Supreme. It was tan with a brown top. So 2-door. You know what I mean? So at the Cutlass Supreme, niggas hopped in my shit. We burned it down.
See, I don't mind smoking in other people's cars, but like my car, I mean, I could smoke in my car, but when you got a house, it's like, there's no point smoking. Obviously, it has changed since then. But no, I know Spice One is driving a black, man, shut up, dude. Spice One's got a black Lambo because they just heard that song from him. Now, what kind of car are you driving nowadays?
Porsche. And I got Benz, another Benz and a Porsche. I got 2 Benzes and a Porsche.
Nice. Now, was there any cars over the years that you bought and you later regretted?
Oh hell yeah. I bought this this Lemon like a few years ago, man, from this old school BMW that I wanted, the 750 Li, the box, the old school box BMW. The motherfucker had about 80,000 miles on that motherfucker. I used to hear rumors that BMWs ain't shit after 50,000. I didn't believe it. I go grab that motherfucker. It's for cheap, like 9,000. I'm like, I said, still get that motherfucker. I rode that shit for 3 days, man. That motherfucker started leaning like a cholo. I mean, the whole fucking car turned to the side like I had fucking lowrider shocks or something. Like all this fucking shocks went out on the second side, on the left, on the right hand side. It had me right there on the left side. So I take the shit back. They try to act like they just sell it to me. All types of shit. I had to go to small claims court and all types of shit. Won the shit. They had to cash me out. So it's a big ass headache though. But yeah, I bought a Lemon one time. That shit calmed down in 3 days, man. They know how to fix the shit up so you could drive around the block, do the test drive, hit the freeway, a couple exits, do the test drive. That shit lasts about 3 more days. That shit break right down. So yeah, you gotta be that's why I just get my shit from the actual lot. I don't do used car lots no more, you know.
Now, were there any cars you had in the past that you regret getting rid of, or cars you not fondly think of from back in the day?
Oh yeah, man. I had this motherfucking 67 Mustang, man, that I had to sell because I was like some shit I have and I got robbed for some money. Not robbed, but somebody stole some money while I was asleep. So yeah, it was like my cop money, and I had like 3 cars, and I got rid of the fucking Mustang. Out of all the cars I had, I could have got rid of anything but that goddamn Mustang. And I got rid of the fucking Mustang, man. I'm still looking for one of them 67 Mustangs. To this day, that motherfucker was live, man. Fucking like light yellow with all white interior. That motherfucker was running, had the big boy wheels on the back. That bitch was moving something, man. Had the motherfucking the silver fucking gills on the side, man. Everything chrome, it was chromed out. That bitch was lovely, man. So yeah, I regret selling that motherfucker, man. That was and I gave it to my dad. You know what I mean? So my dad really loved it. And I had to take it from him and sell it. So that's what really would make me regret selling it, because I took it back from my dad.
All right. Now then, the one lyric where you talk about, okay, let's blaze a pound. Now this will take me to the question about what's the most weed or THC you've ever ingested at one time? What do you think?
Shit. We did 2.2 pounds in 2 days.
Son of a bitch, man. We got to catch up, man. Been doing 2 pounds in 2 days. I didn't think we could do it.
Me and a lot of people was in Australia, man. They got it out there, man. I don't know what the fuck I say, but Australia got it. And our people that flew us out there for the tour, he had it, and he was just bringing motherfucking half pounds and quarter pounds and just back to back. We just burned the motherfucker down. We had a big party at the room. This was burning from the morning to midnight. Next day, morning to midnight. Third day, I think we ain't got shit left, man. He bought some more weed, and we had to leave like a QP at the fucking hotel room, like stashed somewhere. We couldn't get on a plane with it. So, yeah, my people was bringing hella weed.
Now, during the remix of the You Got 5 on It song, there were some legendary smokers, and I just watched this video. I had Spice One on about, a couple months ago, maybe. And everybody in this song, you look from the time you watch your faces, everybody's fried as shit. It's just I was just like noticing just E40's face, you look at Shock G's face, everybody else. You guys are so smoked, man. Was it on that level when you guys did that video, when the remix video? Because I know we had to have been smoking a lot during that video.
Yeah, we was burning down, and it was just live as fuck. Everybody was dead. You know, you had Captain Save a Hole, that's the E40 character. That's in the I Want to Be Saved video. We had Warren G, we had Bushwick Bill in there. We had everybody, CJ Mack, Papa LQ. Who else was in there, man? I'm trying to remember, but everybody was in there. Money B, of course. I think D-Shot of Be Legit was in there somewhere. Like, everybody was there. It was a celebration. It was a Bay Area celebration, LA celebration, because we shot the video in LA. So a lot of LA players was up in that thing, man. Yeah, it was star-studded, man. We had a ball burning it motherfucking down, man. Burned that bitch down, period.
Now, out of all the smokers in that video, including yourself, who could smoke anybody under the table? Out of everybody in that video?
Me.
Nice. I love the confidence. I love
it. It wasn't like me and Richie Rich. You know what I mean? I say me and Richie Rich because Richie Rich could smoke. So me and Richie Rich, you know what I mean? We known for the smoking. That's why it's like Oakland smoking. Like Richie Rich was known for always having good ass weed. So I say me and Richie Rich definitely.
Now during the video back then, I mean, how did you guys get clear? Did you have to get clearance, or did you just kind of keep it on the hush?
Go get clearance for everybody record label. It was easy because Spice and 40 was on the same record label. My manager got Richie Rich his deal at Def Jam, so we already had relations over there. Shock G just recorded on our album, so we already did clearances and paid for beats for him for his record label. So we already have relationships with all the record labels. Drew Down, that's our label mate. We on the same label, so yeah, it was easy on that one.
All right, we got a question. Do you have a funny Bushwick Bill story?
Man. Too many, man. Too many. Let me tell this one, man. Smoking, right? So we on tour, man. We on our promo tour. Same year we dropped 5 on it. Bushwick Bill dropped Phantom of the Gangster, something, Phantom of the Opera, one of those. And we on tour together because we on the same record label. And we on these trains and shit going from New York to like DC or some shit. And they got these bathrooms and shit. You know I got the weed on me. Bush was like, yeah, man, let's go smoke. I'm like, we can't smoke in this motherfucker. Like, yeah, let's go in the bathroom. I said, hell no. He said, man, I know how to do it. Come on. So we go to the motherfucking bathroom, man. And I rolled the motherfucker. I handed the Bushwick. He like, yeah, man, we're going to turn this water on in the sink and let it get hot. And we're going to blow the smoke into the sink. That motherfucker turned that sink on. He hit that shit twice, handed that shit to me and dipped. Like, he didn't even stay in there to finish it with him. I said, oh, that's a booby trap. I put that motherfucker out and left. The whole train was on fire. They had dogs and shit coming through that motherfucker when we was getting off all types of shit, my nigga. Yeah, he tried to put motherfucker in a dolo twist, period. But yeah, shout out Bushwick, man. Rest in peace. I was a new booty to the game. He was a veteran, you know what I mean? It's like when the college people haze the new booties. So that was a form of hazing for a new rapper on the scene, you know.
Now, at the time, what point along the process of I Got 5 on It and the song came out did you realize it was going to be kind of a hit? Like, when did it really start hitting you?
Oh man, it was getting played on the radio all day out here in Oakland, and then LA got this like competition that goes down. And it was between us and a dog pound, and we won. And they just stopped playing 5 on it like a motherfucker in LA. It was just like every hour. I'm like, okay, we own in LA. We did it. You know, we never thought it was gonna be a worldwide song or nothing, but as long as we was hitting in LA and the Bay, we was good. And shit, look up the charts. Everybody banging the shit across the United States and overseas. You know what I mean? So yeah, we ran it up, you know.
Did you realize it was pretty much going to be the most preeminent weed party song of all time?
Hell no. You know what I mean? Nah, with Dr. Dre still releasing shit, Redman, Method Man, Devin the Dude, all these weed dudes back in the day that was just killing it, Cypress Hill, you know, the list goes on and on as far as the weed dudes, you know what I mean? Warren G and Mr. Grimm, you know, I mean, so many people that was doing the weed shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, we thought it hit for a minute. We didn't think that 25 years later it'd still be getting played on the radio, you know, worldwide.
All right, we got a question from Cody. It says, who is your current favorite NBA player? And we're going to get to the football question later because I know the football question. Who's your current favorite NBA player?
Shit. Good one, man. Shit. Who is my favorite right now? Gotta be Bronny. I say Bronny. I don't LeBron. Gotta be LeBron.
Are you gonna watch Space Jam 2?
I'm about to watch it tonight, right after I get off this shit with y'all.
My son just watched.
Bronny, definitely Bron, because my homie's from Akron, and Pacino, so he's from out there in Ohio, and they helped raise LeBron. You know what I mean? Period. LeBron used to live with them back in the day, you know, for a minute when LeBron's mom wasn't doing too well. So we used to go to LeBron games, high school games, when he was with the Irish, and they used to have the fucking Band-Aids over their tattoos on their arms and shit. So I watched him from the beginning, man. So it got to be Bron, period.
Well, when Brown was a freshman, they actually moved his games from the St. Vincent St. Mary gym to the University of Akron gym just because, like you said, people were coming. He was on the cover of Slam magazine. And as Sports Illustrated, too, when he was a freaking sophomore. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they had a game, a championship at UCLA. So that's when I seen them play at UCLA. And they killed it, period. They was out here at UCLA, had the whole shit packed like the Staples Center. Packed. You couldn't park at that motherfucker. Everybody in LA came out to see LeBron. And it's a fucking high school game.
All right, we get a question about royalties. How was monies in the song from like Spotify and YouTube Music and all that? Are they sufficient? How does that kind of stuff work? Or does that go to the label? Who gets all that?
Shit. You get the money if you got your publishing. You know what I mean? Record labels, how they get paid off of putting this shit out. So if they getting the 99 cents off the shit, you're gonna get whatever your publishing cut is off the shit, or your royalty cut. But they getting the mechanical, the more mechanicals off the shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a split. It's a divvy up. You know what I mean? Period. Streaming is a divvy up, but streaming shit is kind of different because you got to do 1,400 streams to be considered one sale of an album. So you know it's kind of tricky with the streaming, but you know, motherfuckers stream more than buying the album. It's like how many times you played the album, how many times you played the songs and shit. So it counts for more than the motherfucker just buying one album. You know what I mean? You still add up more paper. So it's a tricky situation. At the end of the day, it's still make a lot of money, as you can see from hip hop right now. Everybody got a shitload of money. And yeah, they figuring out how to make money off the stream. So it's definitely a good thing.
Right now, how many copies? I know you touched on this earlier, but I was going to ask you about all the platinum and gold records. How many copies? You said 3 million copies the song sold. How many did it sell?
3 million just on 5 on it, and 1 million with the album, so 4 million altogether.
All right. So how many platinum and gold records? They're all in the background there. How many do you got total?
Oh shit, man, a lot. It's a lot. It's 1 platinum, 1 gold. Another gold platinum, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 plaques right here, so they are multitude of gold and platinum.
Nice. I wish I had one platinum record, one gold record. Shit. Or I wish I cut a record, right? What? All right, I gotta ask you. What's the most you've ever had on it? For example, what's the most you've ever spent on a Zeppelin?
On some weed, shit, probably say $600 probably in Houston. Back in the day when we was recording my album at Rap A Lot Records, the good weed used to cost a lot of money. Period. The same weed I could get for $300 in Oakland or LA was costing like double the price in Houston at the time. So one of the studio nights, I needed my good weed. I couldn't deal with the Bama weed that was out there. That sex weed looking like goddamn dry seaweed. Devin the dude kept bringing that shit to the studio. I couldn't take it. It was fucking on my voice. So I had to spend that $6.
Are you more of an indica, sativa, or hybrid kind of guy, or just whatever the highest THC is?
Hybrid and indica.
All right. What about you? What do you like? Sativas, indicas? You don't care, do you?
No, not really.
You just smoke whatever I give you. Huh?
You don't give me shit.
Man, I give you weed all the time. Shut the fuck up.
Damn.
I like
Right?
I like hybrid.
Trying to be super aggressive over here.
It really depends what I'm doing that day. So like sativas is cool when I got a lot to do during the day.
Or if you got to clean the house, sativas are your best bet. If you're trying to go to sleep, get you some indicas. And what do you think about the following? These are my favorite strains. Pineapple Express. What do you think about Pineapple Express?
Oh, that shit lovely, man. Shout out my homie Purse, man. He got a Pineapple Express cannabis line right now. So, yeah, man, that shit lovely, man. I like it. It got that tangy, what that shit called, man? Tangy. Yeah, it tastes like some tangy.
I love Pineapple Express. That's probably my favorite. What about you about GG4?
Gorilla Glue number 4?
Hmm?
Oh, man, the glue, man, as far as niggas who sell it, man, the yield is ill. You know, I like glue because it's good and, you know, got big fat ass buds, man. You get an ounce, it's gonna fill up the whole bag. You know what I mean? Period. So, yeah, man, that yield is ill. You know what I mean? I love it. Yeah, the glue is it. Period. I fuck with the glue.
Have you ever had catfish?
Nah, but I had cat piss. Definitely.
Sounds about the same. It's that was your one. Your favorite
I heard
one.
of catfish.
Catfish. Well, we had a catfish. That was our favorite one.
I had catfish too, but I heard of cat piss too.
Now, what's your favorite strain personally? Do you have one?
Oh, my shit, man. That Yukmouth Gulato. I got my own strain, man. Yukmouth Gulato, man. Brought to you by Gasco and TVS Seed Bank, man.
Okay. Now, when you go to the dispensary, do you buy weed from the dispensary? Or just have somebody get for you? How do you get weed out there?
I get my own weed, man. I got growers, man, so I don't gotta go to the dispensary.
Okay. I get the premium shake and whatever's on sale.
Good shit. Good shit.
Now, what is the least you legit remember putting in on weed? Like, I remember back in the day, some dude put 70 cents down on a spliff and they smoked it and it was like nothing.
The least I put down on some weed?
Yeah.
5 on it.
That's where this all came from. Ultimately, it's just the least amount. So basically, 5 is the least amount you can put in respectfully to be able to think you're going to get out of the weed circle. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
I like it. And you were just talking about, now you got growers. Do you grow it all, or is this just you just got people who do it and they just?
No, my peoples who grow my strand grow. So yeah, I'm straight on the tree.
Okay. Now on the other tracks on the Operation Stack Cola album, what are the favorites that people may haven't heard in a while that you personally like?
Oh man, broke niggas make the best crooks, pimps, players, hustlers, 5150. What else? Broke. I said, put the lead on you. Yeah. Broke hoes is a no. Yeah, we got a few on there that's dope as shit.
That was a platinum record, so it's got to be good if it's a platinum record. Mm-hmm. All right, now the album Silver and Black contains a song called Oakland Raiders. So I'm assuming, obviously, you grew up in Oakland, you're an Oakland Raiders fan, right? Or Raiders fan, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, this song was written in 2002 and contains this lyric. I'm going to read this lyric verbatim from the song lyric. Because I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Now, did you have information or something that we didn't?
you know, we talked to Cleo. You know, Cleo gave us the shit. She read the crystal ball and told us that the Raiders was going to Vegas. Shout out to Cleo, man. We dialed that 1-800-psychic.
Call me now. You know what's funny, dude? I got a funny Miss Cleo story. I posted on Facebook. Hey, Miss Cleo told me 6 years ago she was gonna die. I changed an old post. It was something about whatever, and I changed it to say, "Oh, Miss Cleo, I just got the phone with Miss Cleo, and she said she's gonna die 6 years from today." And then, like 6 years from that, I posted and I changed it to say, "Hey, wow, look at this post I did," and people were believing it. It was funny as fuck.
Yeah, Miss Cleo. Nah, just playing. It just rhymed. You know what I mean? It just rhymed with the shit, and absolutely, it ended up happening. Like, goddamn, you know what I mean? Look how the stars line up again. But it just rhymed. You know what I mean? With I'm a Raider player, Bay to Las Vegas. It just rhymed. You know what I mean? So, and we're saying I'm a player from the Bay to Las Vegas because in Las Vegas was a lot of pimping going on. You know, so if you're saying you're a player, you know, you got to be from wherever you at to Las Vegas, because that's where the shit was going down. You know, boss players out there, a lot of pimps, a lot of minks, a lot of jewelry, a lot of fly cars, a lot of women, you know, a lot of money being spent. So that's where the player shit happen. So that's why we was like from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Same with LA, a lot of player shit happen out there. So from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas, because I'm a player. And if you with me, pop the collar, shake them haters. So it was on some fly shit, you know, shouting out the player towns and shit. One of the towns the Raiders end up going to, man. So salute to the Raiders, man. Yeah, fulfilling the prophecy.
Now, this was around the time of the John Gruden Super Bowl run, right? When you guys wrote this song?
Yes, sir. I think it was 2001, 2002. So yeah, it was back then, you know.
Now, what are your true feelings about Mr. John Gruden?
The dude, the coach,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they gonna get it together. You know, they got the new LOP boy. You know what I mean? That just came out. So I don't know. I hope he play. I hope he could play. You know what I mean? Period. Last year they did kind of good. So we gonna see what they do this year. You know.
Now, are you going to be there for the opener at Allegiant Stadium?
Until they start having tailgate, I'm not going. The best part of the game is the tailgate, man. Period. Besides the game, if we ain't tailgating and filleting and you know what I mean, got them grills out, them pits out, and congregating, that's the best part of the game. Besides the game, man. Period. You know.
Wait,
So
Vegas? Oh, wow. They're not having tailgate now. See, up in Cleveland, I think we're going to have it. The tailgate.
Yeah,
we're already making plans. We already got road trips planned, man. That's
yeah. So when they get tailgate back, we definitely pulling up with them grills and getting ill. You know.
Now, what year do you anticipate the Raiders moving back to Oakland? I'm thinking about 2035.
I'm saying 5 years. As soon as they build that new stadium, you know, they build new stadiums and stuff. So I say about 5 years. Give them a 5-year run. They're gonna be back because the Bay Area, you know, Silicon Valley got a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money right there. You know what I mean? They done build a whole new stadium for the fucking Warriors in San Francisco. So. You know what I mean? Yeah, they building stadiums left and right, man. They got the money to bring. We need a football team beside. We got one, though, San Francisco 49ers, but Oakland need one. You know, so they definitely going to bring it back.
All right, we got a question about the, have you ever heard of Cottonmouth Kings?
Definitely, man, definitely. But I never got my name from Cottonmouth Kings. I got my name from a cartoon called Mighty Mouse and Yuck. Yukmouth was a dog that had a dog house on his head, and we take the dog house off and scare people. That was his powers. Mighty Man was a little midget, like I don't know if it was a Puerto Rican or a black dude with a little curly afro. I don't know what he was, but he had hella powers and he was a little midget. So me, like I said, being a cartoonist and loving cartoons when I grew up, yeah, I got my name from that, Yukmouth. But shout out Cottonmouth Kings.
Now, what did the band do from like 2002 after the Raiders stuff album dropped, Silver and Black album dropped, to like 2018 when your most recent one dropped? What were you guys? You guys just chilling, living your best life, smoking some weed out there in California? What were you doing?
Nah, man, I was doing my solo album. You know, I was
Okay.
on Rap A Lot Records at the time, so I dropped a platinum album, thugged out the Albulation, double album, dropped the Godzilla, goddamn the New Thug Lord, the New Testament, dropped 2 DVD albums, United Ghettos of America Part 1 and 2, which featured Matt Dre on there. Thug Lords with me and Sebo on that thing. So we dropped a lot of albums that rap a lot, you know what I mean? And Numbskull had got locked up. So while he was locked up, I was doing my solo thing.
All right. Now, do you like touring better or do you like being in the studio better?
Both. I like both. I like touring because I can see the world for free. Hop on them planes and see a new city, a new town, every weekend. That's the great part about it. See new people and vibe with it. See new cities, new sights, new eating, people eat different, new restaurants and stuff, new styles, and yeah, it's just dope, period. I get to touch the people and shake hands, kiss babies, no Frank Ocean, but I get to congregate with the fans, instead of just doing music. I get up close and personal with them, So when we do the shows, and let us know that they appreciate the music, So that's the most important, We love to do it, but we got to know it's appreciated. When it's appreciated, man, you love it, man. So definitely both.
All right, we got a question here. What do you think of Tech Nine?
Man, that's my mob homie, man. Regime life, man.
I
That's
love
my mob homie. Yeah, he part of this, man. He part of the regime, man. So yeah, that's a big homie, Tech Nine, man. Love him. Love his music. I always say that he's better than everybody. I put my money on him against Jay-Z, Kendrick, any of them. Nas, line them up, man. I got my money on Tech Nine, period. So that's
It's
my
right up there. I mean, I'm not the most biggest rap connoisseur in the world, but I think it's right up there between Tech Nine and Eminem from all the guys I've heard, at least. I mean, there might be some.
Put Eminem up there, man. I put Tech against M any day, and I think they already went head to head on what was it, Kamikaze? One of them ones. They went crazy. Him, I think it was a song with him, Twista, and Tech still gassed all of them niggas. So, yeah.
Have you ever been to? We're obviously a Cleveland-based show. Have you ever been to Cleveland?
Oh yeah, hella times, man. We had a group that was part of Regime called some niggas was called, man, the Fleet. It was called the Fleet. Had a nigga named Nate the Nut. You know what I mean? I got arrested for shooting at a cop or some shit. He went to jail. He about to get out though. But yeah, we was all in Cleveland. We was all in Cleveland like a motherfucker, man. Period. From Akron, Ohio to Cleveland, we was running through it. Raising dudes in the Akron. You know what I mean? So we was all through that motherfucker. Toledo. What the shit called? Youngstown. Shit, we was all through that motherfucker. Period. Cincinnati. I mean, what is it? Cincinnati out there?
Yeah, Cincinnati's about south of us.
Cincinnati. Yeah. Columbus. So
do you remember
not Cincinnati, Columbus. Yeah, Columbus.
Do you remember any of the venues back then? Any favorite cool Cleveland stories or any fun Cleveland venues you worked at, or just kind of all the same?
Something called the Millennial out there, right? The Millennial downtown.
Yeah.
It's like a Millennial club, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So some shit that happened to man to where nigga, I damn near got into it with the fucking security guard at the door. They didn't want to let me in because of a fucking hat. So I had to go out and take the hat off and come back in. And I put the hat back on. The motherfucker still swept me in the club and shit. And I think something had happened. I end up getting fucking arrested, man. I think we scuffled with the security or something. They fucking arrested me. So I did spend a night in Cleveland jail. And my homies had to come bail me out. They said assault on the security. I didn't even do nothing to do. Dude tried to get on me, So yeah, I spent the night in fucking jail actually out there. Literally.
Well, shout out to Second District for arresting our boy.
You know what?
Don't do that again.
I was smoking weed in the club, and they caught me with the weed. That's what happened.
Okay, I got you. All right, so what do you think about?
It was a hat first to even get in the club, and then for me, with the hat shit, he was on me, and that smoke he got on my ass, and called the police and said I had weed on me.
No, well, thank God. I mean, I'm sure they could. They probably won't come on a weed call now. But it's.
I don't remember fight with him.
What do you think about Tekashi 6ix9ine and how he moves?
I really don't care. You know what I mean? Like what he do is it don't affect me. You know what I mean? Like as far as the people that he caught that case with, it's on them. How they feel about it. You know what I mean? I don't bang his music, you know what I mean? So it really don't concern me. That's more how the little kids, his audience and the people who follow him, how they feel about it. You know what I mean? I really don't care. You know what I mean? Straight up. But what he do. There's a lot of dudes like him in the streets. You know what I mean? Not just him. Real street dudes that did that. Some murderers and shit that did the same shit he did. people that come kill people, then they snitch on the people that paid them to do it. So it happens across the board. He ain't the first, you know what I mean? Period. And it happens in the street every day. Everybody acting like it don't happen in the streets with real gangsters that catch bodies and they end up testifying on everybody. So it happens, you know what I mean? So I really don't care.
I feel like I'm the same way. I really even, unless he was in the news, I wouldn't even know the fuck the guy was.
Right.
All right. You got to tell me about, I was on your Instagram page and I was looking at this Cannabis Fest in Lansing, Michigan on August 13th and 14th. Now you got to tell me about this. What's this about?
Yeah, it's gonna be us, Sada Baby, you know what I mean, a few other dope ass MCs, you know what I mean. It's gonna be a cannabis fest, you know what I mean, out there in Michigan. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be lit, man. We about to burn that shit down, man. Everybody who smoke weed, pull up, man. You can get the flyers on my page, on my IG at Regime General, REGIME General. Check the page out. It got the flyers and everything where it's gonna be at the times, all the other acts name on that thing. Yeah, we're gonna turn up, man. You know, the Cannabis Kings, man. Shit, straight up. You gotta have 5 on it at the cannabis party. You feel me?
Now, do you get recognized before that song if you're ever out? Like, you ever been randomly out at a place and the song just comes out and people are like pointing at you? Is that, how's that kind of stuff work?
Yeah, it goes down. It depends on where you at. You know what I mean? Some people don't know. You gotta be like, oh my God. Like somebody gotta tell some people sometimes, you know what I mean? One person to know and then somebody will point like that's him. Like, oh for real, that's shit. So it start like that. But yeah, man, it happens all the time when I'm out of town most. But in LA, it's like it's a million stars every day. They don't be on stars like that. You see stars in the shopping mall, the gym, everywhere. You know what I mean? The car lot, everywhere. Just period. They everywhere, man. So eating at the restaurants. So they don't really be like, oh my God, out here. You know what I mean? In LA, but as far as everywhere else, yeah, definitely.
Is that where you're staying now? You're in LA?
Yeah, I'm in LA. Yep.
Okay, so people ever just want to be like, hey, that's Yuck from I Got 5, but I want to smoke with that guy. You ever get the Norm from Cheers effect with the weed song or what?
No, everybody want to smoke with Yuck. Period. Yeah, everybody want to come test their strands out, show me if they got the best weed and shit. Yuck, test this new guava lava, saba lava, waba, sour power. Like they be having all types of wild ass names. I'm like let's blaze that shit, man. Let's see what it do. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, they be out there trying to show and prove, man. I respect it, man, because I do, and I am a weed connoisseur, man. I do like nothing but exotics, and if you got it, man, you know, show up and show out, man. Let's burn it.
I do love the weed myself. For those of you who watch the show, you know that I love weed.
I love weed, my G.
Oh yeah, man, weed's amazing. Now, do you got anything else going on? What are you doing these days? Besides the music and all that, just chilling.
Everything, man. We got the podcast, Smoke a Lot Radio podcast on Digital Soapbox Network and on Watch Pod TV. So you get that motherfucking Watch Pod TV on your apps, you know what I mean, on your phones, on all your Apples, all your Samsungs, all your Verizons, whatever you got. It's an app in the App Store called Watch Pod TV. You can catch the podcast there, or you can catch it on YouTube at Digital Soapbox Network. Got my own little YouTube channel that I be having popping, Yukmouth TV. You know, got the strand, of course, going down. We got the venture with the kratom, you know what I mean, with the medical kratom going down. We got a venture with a kratom company called Rapper Kush Kratom. What else we doing, man? Got an album coming out with Pete Rock. Me and Pete Rock doing an album. Pete Rock from CL Smooth. We doing all the beats. I'm doing the rapping, of course. And we doing an album called Crack Rock. About to finish that up. Me and Sibo get back in the studio doing another Thug Lords with Spice One. This time it's gonna be all 3 of us. Because Spice One was the original part of the Thug Lords. We got a show this weekend at the Big 3 with Ice Cube in Vegas, man. So everybody will tune into the Big 3 tournament this weekend. We're gonna be performing at halftime, the Luniz. So check us out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we got going right now.
Hell yeah! So the Big 3 is a basketball league. I'm gonna check it out too. Now they know.
Yeah, that's Ice Cube's basketball league, man. So I think it's on ESPN, one of those. So yeah, man, check us out on Sunday, man. We performing at halftime.
All right, we got a quick one. Are you coming to Chicago anytime soon? Somebody wants to know.
Oh man, absolutely, man. You know, everything opening back up, man. So they gonna start booking the kid, man. So as soon as we get booked, man, you be the first to know, man. Just stay tuned at Regime General on IG, man. And you'll have all the dates and all the flyers and stuff.
Outstanding. Well, that answers the question how to get a hold of you. You go to Regime General on Instagram. I'll link it in the description later.
Yes,
I'd like,
sir. Yes,
like to
sir.
thank you, Mr. Yuck, for joining us. You
Thank
were
you, man.
awesome.
Thank you.
Obviously, as a weed show, you're like a freaking legend around here, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate everything, man. Y'all go get some of this merch, some of this Regime merch, some of this the Mobverse, everybody at smokealotrecords.com. You know what I mean? Purchase some of the albums, you know what I mean? Everything else is on that thing. You know what I mean? Support everything that we got going. You know what I mean? Period. Support the kid, the Luniz, the Regime, everything up under the umbrella, man. Period. The podcast, everything, man. SmokeALotRecords.com. The IG is a Regime General. The Instagram, the Twitter is at the real Yukmouth. And I ain't doing no Facebook. I don't rock with the Facebook, man. So that's the handle, man. Rock with the kid, man. Mob in and tune in and log in, man. I'm out, man. Good shit.
Appreciate it. All right, thanks, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next week. Talk to you guys.